So now they are using 10.25. You used in the last season 15.5. And that's how come cocoa farmers are getting what they are getting now. But for the good performance of the cedi, maybe they would be paying a little over 5,000 Ghana cedis farm gate price. That has been the argument. What do you think?
The non-argument. That's deceptive.
Really?
It is completely deceiving farmers. You know, the whole NDC setup, Obi, has been live from day one. All of the 2024 campaign, at least I'm focusing on that because that's where the promise of we're going to pay cocoa farmers more came to light. Some of them went as far as saying that we're going to pay 7,000. The finance minister, who you advise, campaigned in his constituency, telling people that this government, the Akufo-Addo government, was keeping their money, and that when he comes, he'll pay them 6,000. In fact, after January 10th or so, he had an event where he said he will pay 6,000. In fact, that gave a farmer confidence to say that what he is going to pay is good because they have struggled for years with poor pricing. It's a published document. Okay? Now, so the question is, Obi, what is all this story? President Mahama showed us how to detect if somebody is backtracking and somebody is lying from what he has said he would do, and then he's changing his position. He says that when the person begins to stammer, begin to say, then you know the person is lying. My brother here, technically based on President Mahama's definition, he's just been lying to us. And the farmer who practically was telling us says that everything you were saying is fine English. That's it. You haven't said much. Look, when they were saying they will pay 70%, if you take 70% of the price we offer,
FOB,
which is 49,000 or so per
48,000
per ton, 70% of that is not 6,000. But that was the impression you created. You said you were going to pay people 6,000. Now you have come to power. Now you are making argument about 70% and that is promise achieved. You didn't say that your finance minister didn't say 70%. If 70% does not equal 6,000, then you have not fulfilled your promise.
No, it's 70% of the FOB, which is in dollars.
Yes.
So you would have to do the conversion.
I agree. Okay.
And then you get the farm gate price in cedis.
Yes. I'm just keeping this very fundamental. You do all those calculations per bag. We're looking at a promise that says you're going to pay 6,000. Okay. And the finance minister said that without compulsion in January after he knew he was going to be finance minister. Says that he will pay 6,000. Now they are making argument about FOB exchange rate that is gone down, and so therefore wickedly that is affecting them. It doesn't make any sense. Your promise is independent of whatever situation, because when you were making it, you knew the dynamics of the market will not be held constant.
Well, the argument has been that they made that promise based on the prevailing conditions at the time.
And I'm saying that
now the conditions may have changed, especially the cedi to dollar.
No problem. So the time that they were making the promise, they will pay 70%,
yes,
which is indicating that they would offer a better price to the farmer to win an election. Would 70% of the prevailing price then be equal to 6,000? The answer is no. The answer is no. But then they dribble farmers to believe that that's what they were coming to do. So now, if you have named the price, give the price. Otherwise, you lie to Ghanaians. They owe Ghanaians apology.
Irrespective of the conditions.
Nothing would suffice. They owe Ghanaians apology. He made a point about, there's a point that government kept the price, I think, second half of this year when prices were, coming down, and therefore they kept the 3,100 price, and assuming that they have given farmers 100%. That's another big lie. Look, Ivory Coast, who you always want to compare yourself to, in the second quarter, they actually increased price. They did increase. You didn't. And you held it there and say that you have done well by the farmers. You haven't. So the thing is not about speaking English about this thing. It's basic. People have produced a crop for a season. You are going to buy it. You promise you'll buy it at a higher price. Now, in fact, Obi, this whole exchange rate conversation is even another fallacy. Because really, and I wonder, they announced this new price in August, right?
Yes.
And they used 10.25.
10.25.
Okay. They use 10.25, Obi. Today, what is the exchange rate?
Almost hitting 11.
11. Mm-hmm. So are they going to recalibrate it? Remember when they were in opposition, they were talking about they will do spot pricing. Okay? So is that going to feature? Because if you calculate the price now with the exchange rate now, it's going to be more than the 3,228.
Yeah.
So is that what you are going to do, sir?
But can that be done?
I'm asking you this here. Are you going to do that?
You want an answer?
Yes. Are you going to do it? Because your target is 6,000. Your minister said, and I'm going to read it towards the end of this. He said it. And the farmer took solace in that. In fact, there's one economist, Mary Opong, actually cautioned the minister that what he is saying, is he able to deliver when he was making that promise? And here we are. It's just shown that the minister cannot do it. In fact, the president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, at a program, one of his thank you tour programs, was saying to Ghanaians and cocoa farmers, that look, the chief executive of COCOBOD, my good brother, Dr. Randy Abe, will announce, I told him that in August they will announce a cocoa price, and it will be a very, very, very good price. And at that program, he was urging people who are not cocoa farmers to go and find land and start planting cocoa. Okay? So that creates a certain impression of something groundbreaking going to happen. Now here we are, a measly 128 cities and then 75 pesos or so. How groundbreaking is that? 6,000. And the increase they can afford is less than 130 Ghana cedis. So the NDC owes Ghanaians apology. First of all, the larger Ghanaian population apology, specifically cocoa farmers an apology. Because what they told them, for which reason, what is a Kwame Mensah or some cocoa farmer like that in the Western region, I read the publication for you, said that they are happy for once that they are going to get a better deal. They told Ghanaians that the new patriotic party, the Akufo-Addo government, is keeping their money, because they could pay them 6,000 and we are not paying them. And the deception there is that if you do the 70% calculation, they say it's groundbreaking. My brother said President Mahama has fulfilled his promise. And I brought the social contract for purpose. If you make promises to people, you must deliver it. Otherwise, Obi, where we are heading to, our democracy will be taken for a joke. If politicians will sit on platform, strategically come up with lies, well-reasoned lies, and they carry it through, even after they have won, instead of tracking back, they still further that conversation.
But Richard, to be fair, because we don't pay cocoa farmers in dollars, you cannot have this argument without recourse to the prevailing forex rate. That would be disingenuous, because at the end of the day, you have to convert. And in conversion, if the CD is doing well, something would have to give, as he said.
That's English he's spoken, but the point is that, don't they know that when they made the promise? They're not naive, are they? They've been in government before. They were making the promise. The finance minister, January 2025, made the promise to pay 6,000. Are you saying that he doesn't know all these dynamics? Then we're in a much bigger trouble if he didn't know that. You get it? He knows everything. He knows what it was. Don't they know that the NPP was dealing with all those circumstantial matters? For which reason we're paying what we're paying? They say, no, we're keeping their money. They knew that. My good brother, didn't you know? You're an advisor. You should know. Well. Didn't you know that? Did you or not?
You want him to answer?
Yes, of course. Otherwise, then we're in a much bigger trouble. Because they knew. But what it was that it was a calculated lie they were forwarding. And they knew that they can deceive Ghanaians by that. And Obi, I want to read this thing.
Finally.
Finally. I'll do that. Okay. This is a farmer. They say a farmer who grows cocoa. I'm just getting to the middle of the story. A farmer who grows cocoa all around farmers who grow cocoa all around the nation have expressed relief and hope. Western region farmer Kwame Mensah stated, this raise will enable us to better our farms and provide for our families after too long of struggling with poor pricing. Okay?
And this is
Ghana Web,
okay.
Yes, 10th January 2025. And there in the same thing, the economist that I referred to, Mary Opong, told the minister, and I can even read that, to say that what he was saying to the minister that what he's promising, the pledge is making, she's not sure he can keep that pledge. But the finance minister went full steam ahead to say that that's what he's going to deliver.
Very well.
Now my good brother is here, running around in circles, arguing 70% of FOB, which is not equal to 6,000, talking about every other thing that he gave almost 100% to farmers second quarter of the year, which is not close, which is not 6,000. So the question I am asking is that what has happened to your promise to pay 6,000?
Very well. Frederick, hold on for me. I'll come back to you.